Hi Stampers, Donna Gray here again, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator from the Northern Rivers area in New South Wales, Australia. Bringing you another video today on a card that's got a little bit of a twist to it. It's called a twist and pop out card. I've seen this done many times on YouTube and absolutely love the effect, so I thought I would do a video on it using some of our Stampin' Up products. This is one that I made for my daughter who turned 16 only last week. I wanted to make a card a little bit different, so as you'll see when you open it up, it twists and pops out. Okay, so I'm actually going to run through how I made this card. I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to do it a bit different with the sizing, but the mechanism and everything is all still the same. Okay, so the products that I'll be using to make this card today is the stamp set I'll be using is called Party with Cake stamp set, which is in our catalogue on, let me see, page 14 in the catalogue. As you can see, there's lots of good sayings for birthday. It's your day, it's time to celebrate with cake, calories don't count today, sending many wishes your way, ice cream and more cake, happy birthday, make a wish, let's party, a nice little picture of a cake, little candles, nice little confetti decorations, which you will see in my card that I originally made. I've used a little confetti stamp which gives you a little bit of a pattern all over your cardstock to take a bit of the plainness away. And I've stamped with the It's Time to Celebrate with Cake stamp. Okay, so the cardstock that you will need to do this project, I've done a bit of a different colour scheme for a change. So the base card, you'll need a bit of Whisper White, which is 5 3/4 by 11.5 inches. You'll need another piece of Whisper White, which is the mechanism part that actually makes the pop out, which is 8 inches by 3.5 inches. You'll then need a bit of cardstock. This is the pop out section that pops out, and it's 10 inches by 3.5 inches. For decorations for the front and the insides, I've chosen the designer series paper that is called Festive Birthday. I've decided to use the stripy side. It actually does have a flowery side on the other side too. Beautiful papers, beautiful selection pack. If you want to have a look through the catalogue at that, definitely worth the look. Okay, then I've got a piece of Whisper White again. This is for the backing of our sentiment on the front, 2 3/4 inches by 3.25 inches. I've got another piece for our sentiment that will layer on top of the white piece on the front, 2.5 inches by 3 inches. And then I have 4 pieces of Bermuda Bay, sorry, Whisper White, that was Bermuda Bay. 2 1/4 by 3.25 inches, and you need 4 pieces of that. So I'm using Bermuda Bay, and I'm also using Melon Mambo, this lovely pink colour. Okay, as you see with Stampin' Up, everything goes together. All the colours are coordinated in the set, so no matter what you have from designer series paper to cardstock, everything matches, so it makes it so easy. Our stamp sets also match. Okay, so let's get started. So with our base, we're just going to fold our base in half, and that's what forms the size of our card. Okay, and with your bone folder, get a nice crease along there. Okay, so now for the next part, you will actually need your scoring tool. This is the pop-out mechanism. And just excuse me, I'll be back in a minute. I just need to get my scoring tool. I forgot that. Okay, sorry about that. Forgot one of the things to do my scoring. Okay, so for the pop-out section, we're going to score at 2.5 inches, and again at 5 inches, and again at 7.5 inches. Okay, so that's along our 10-inch side. Okay, now with that, we're actually going to fold, a bit like a concertina, we're going to fold a valley fold, a mountain fold, and another valley fold. Okay, score those, burnish those so that we get a really nice pop out section. Okay, so that's going to be your pop out section that twists and pops out in the middle. Okay, so now we need to, with our mechanism that makes the pop out happen, that's our 8" by 3.5" piece of Whisper White. We're going to score along the long side, sorry, straight down the long side. We're going to score at 1 3/4, which is halfway. Okay, then we're going to turn it around, and on the long side we're actually going to make some marks. You can either do it with a pencil or you can make it with your scoring tool. We're going to do one at 2 1/4 there, and another one at 2 1/4. Oh, I'll do it the other way. Okay, 2 1/4 and 5 3/4. Okay, a mark there. Okay, so turn it over. We'll do 2 1/4 and 5 3/4. Okay, so now with these marks, what we're going to do is we're going to actually go diagonally. So we're going to go on the 5" mark there. I'm going to put my mark here on the 5" part. I'm going to line my mark up on the 5" up the top, and we're going to score diagonally. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with the other part. So we're going to put the mark on the 5" part, going to line the mark up the top on the 5" part. Okay, and we're going to score. Okay, so that gives you 2 diagonals. Now, that's all we have to do with our scoring board, so we'll put that away. Now, we're going to, our diagonals, we're going to make a mountain fold. The other diagonal, a mountain fold. The long fold is a fold like that. And then what happens is our mechanism folds like so. Okay? So it makes it look a little bit like a house. Okay, down there, and down there, and that, and that, and that, and that. Okay, so that is our mechanism part that's going to go into our card. Okay, so now with our base, what I'm going to do is I'm going to line the inside with our patterned Designer Series pattern paper. I'm going to use a little bit of my snail. Okay, I'm going to line that up just there. Even edges all the way around. Okay, same goes with this one up the top. Okay, now with your mechanism piece, we have to line that up halfway in the middle of our card. So our card measures 5 3/4. Okay, so we're going to line that up in the center of our card. Okay, now I find the best way to do this is with some Tombow, because it gives you a bit of wiggle room and you know that you can move it around. So now what we need to do is we need to glue just the triangle piece. Okay, so I'm going to use my Tombow on the triangle piece. Okay, now what we do is we line it up nice and straight in the middle of our card with the tip just below the crease in the middle of our card. Okay, just like so. Okay, even edges on both sides. Okay, Then we're going to put a little bit of Tombow on this triangle. And I find the easiest way is make sure you go right out to the points of your triangle to make sure it gets a good stick. Easiest way to do this is to hold it down and close your card on top. Okay, so while we're waiting for that to dry, I might put my layer on the front, which is the other part of the designer series paper that we had from the Festive birthday series. Okay, so we're going to line that up with a nice even edge all the way around, like so. Okay, so we have that with our pop-out mechanism in the middle. Okay, now the pop-out section that we scored, we can decorate this before we actually put it in, which is sometimes easier. It's up to you however you want to do it. You can either decorate beforehand or after, it's up to you. Now, with this mechanism piece, what we're going to do is, there is going to be a section out here and here. This is how our mechanism pop-out piece is going to go. Sorry. Like so. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to glue it down on the top of this side and on the bottom of this side. Okay. So sorry, we have the mountain in the middle. Okay. So we're going to line that up and we're going to put glue just on this section. I actually did it like this last time so that you can work it out. Okay, so we line that up with the middle. So we're only going to do this section here, and when this one flaps out opened, we're going to do this section here. So you can actually put a pencil line down here, because you're not going to see this, and across to say that's where we're going to put the glue. And we can do a pencil line here and across there, because that's where we're going to put the glue. Okay, so with the Tombow again, put some Tombow on that piece and also on this piece. Okay, now lining our mechanism up again with our mountain in the middle. Okay, we're going to line that up that it's nice and straight with our piece in the middle. Okay, sometimes if this is off, you can trim pieces at the end anyway. So then what we're going to do is we're going to fold this one out here and this one out here. Okay, and as I said, you get wiggle room with the Tombow. You can move it around. Okay, once our Tombow has dried, then the first time you shut it, you have to ease it in there a little bit, but there you are. We have our pop-out card. Okay, so it shuts nice like that, pop out like that. Okay, now time for decorating. That's where we have our 4 pieces of Bermuda Bay that are 2 1/4 by 3 1/4 inches. Now with a little bit of snail, we're going to, actually no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate them first so that then we can glue them on. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is with our stamp set, I'm going to pop in probably It's Your Day on this part here. Okay, so we're going to find that stamp It's Your Day, and a block. Line that up on my block. Okay, now my ink pad, I think I will use, let me see. Okay, I'm going to use my Melon Mambo for one of my sentiments, and that's the It's Your Day. Okay, so we're going to make sure we stamp that up nice. Make sure we've got it all covered. Okay, line it up. Stamp down, let it hold there for a minute so that the colour can all soak into the cardstock. Okay, very nice. Okay, now I'm going to use my Stampin Scrub. If you haven't seen this, this is the best gadget that you'll ever know. And with my stamping mist, I'll spray a bit of stamping mist on. Okay, and on the wet side where I've sprayed my stamping mist, we scrub. Dry side we dry. Clean stamp. Great gadget to have. Okay. So now on another piece of my cardstock for the middle, I'm going to put a picture of the cake, which I think I will also do in Melon Mambo. Okay, so I'm going to ink it up. Nice little piece of cake down the bottom. Hold it there, let it soak in. Cute little piece of cake. And, sorry, bring in my Stampin Scrub again. Clean that. Dry that. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to put Calories Don't Count today, I think, because we all like to have a little bit of cake on our birthday. And I think instead of the Melon Mambo, I'm going to go for my Tempting Turquoise. Okay, so I'm going to ink up my stamp. Across there. Calories Don't Count today. Very nice. Stampin' Scrub again. Okay. I'm also going to put on one of these for the inside. Again, the sentiment saying make a wish. I'm going to do that in my Tempting Turquoise as well. Very nice. And back with, I think, my what will I have? Sending Many Wishes Your Way sounds great. Might pop that. And we'll do that in Melon Mambo again. Bottom. I've just made a mistake. Hence why we can turn it over and go again. Could help if I had it up the right way. Okay, we might go that way. That's the beauty of doing this and not sticking them on, because had I stuck them on, we could have run into a bit of problem there. Okay, so now I have to do Make a Wish again. My tempting turquoise. So see, everybody makes mistakes. Okay, I might even put another bit of cake on there. Might do that in tempting turquoise again. Piece of cake up in there. Like that. Okay. And we might do a little bit of embossing this time, and we might do some confetti all over. We might actually just do happy birthday on this one, so we've got something on each of them. Okay, before we do the confetti. So, okay. So, happy birthday over here. Like so. Very nice. Okay, as you can see, stamp sets, ink pads, cardstock, everything matches and makes life very, very easy, because you don't have to color code anything, it's already done for you. Okay, so now I'm going to put that ink pad away. Now we're going to get out our VersaMark ink pad, and we're going to do a little bit of embossing. Now, if you haven't embossed before, embossing is a great thing to do to add a little bit of special flair to your cards. If you haven't seen any of my videos before, this is the first time you've started watching my videos, you will find out that I'm an absolute lover of embossing. And it's quite simple. I can remember when I had no idea how to emboss, I was like, oh my God, how do you do it? And I was thinking, oh my God, it's going to be way too hard. Honestly, it is so simple. So all you got to do is ink your stamp pad up with your VersaMark ink pad. Okay. May as well do these all together. And as you'll see, when you see how much difference it makes when we heat emboss this, it definitely makes your cards look so much better. Now, in case you, I'm sorry I was a little bit quick at the beginning, I had my little embossing buddy, which is this, looks like a little pillow, and it's filled with powder. Now, what that actually does is it stops our embossing powder from sticking to anything other than the VersaMark that we have put on. Okay, now as you'll see, when I shake this off, shake it onto that one, you can see it sticks to our inked image that we've put on the card. Okay, so we'll do each of them separately. Another one. And if it sticks on anything that you don't quite want it to do, you just have to brush it off before you heat emboss.
Alright, so with all our excess embossing powder, we tip that back into our container. Embossing powder is a great investment. It lasts forever because it you only use the little tiny bit that sticks to your inked image, and the rest of it goes back in, and as you've seen, a lot of it got tipped back into my container. Okay, so now with these, we're going to get our heat gun out, and sorry, I apologise, this is going to be loud, and we heat emboss. And you'll see when we do this heat embossing how quickly it comes up and how different it makes your card look. Okay, I like to let it heat up for a bit first. And there it goes, nice and gold. As you see, your cardstock does actually curl up a little bit, but Stampin' Up cardstock is awesome. It doesn't take much and it comes back down flat again. As you can see, coming up really nice and gold. Lovely sparkles to the card. While we have our VersaMark out, we will do our sentiment for the front as well, because I did that with the gold embossing powder as well. Just be careful with the heat gun as it gets very hot on your fingers. Okay, last one. Okay, we'll pop those aside and we'll grab our piece of Bermuda Bay that we're going to do our stamp on. And we're going to do the big stamp out of the stamp set. It's time to celebrate with cake. Okay, now, so with my embossing buddy again, I'm going to go over our VersaMark ink. Okay, with a big stamp pad, I like to turn my VersaMark over and make sure I get it all over, as it is a big stamp. Okay, so I've got that inked up really well. Line it up on our card. And stamp down. Okay. Now with our piece of scratch paper again and our gold embossing powder, sprinkle it over. Bit of a tap, get the excess off. As you can see, it's all stuck to our image. Okay, tip the embossing powder back in. And the heat gun again. Let's put the lid on my VersaMark. can see it starting to melt. I apologise for the lighting here tonight because I've started videotaping and it's got late. And the sun's gone down and my lighting is not as good as it normally is. So I apologise for that. But I really wanted to get this card out to you today. Okay, so now with our backing piece, which is 2 3/4 by 3 1/4 of Whisper White, we're going to, with that, pop a bit of snail on. Line it up, even edging all the way around, like so. Okay, so now it's time to assemble our card and we're just about finished. Okay, so now with our pieces for the middle, we're going to line them up. Can go that way. Okay, so with our snail again, line up that one, even edging all the way around. Snail on there, even all the way. Oh, I was going to say make sure I get it the right way. I was looking at it and it was up the right way. That was my mistake that I stamped on the back. That luckily enough, when we're doing our crafting, we can turn it over and do it on the other side and we don't waste any cardstock. Okay, so there you go. There's our middle. Okay, so we're going to fold up again. So, okay, very good. Takes a little bit of training when you first do it, but once you've opened and shut it a few times, it's quite good. Okay, so on the front we're going to use some of our Stampin' Up dimensionals to pop up our sentiment on the front. Okay, take off the backs. Okay, line it up in the middle. Okay, and there we have it. Okay. It's time to celebrate with cake. It's your day. Happy birthday. Calories don't count today. Sending wishes your way. Make a wish. Happy birthday. Okay, so there you have it. So it doesn't actually matter, as you can tell. 2 totally different sizes. Same effect. Okay. So the base card size doesn't really matter. Your mechanism in the side is the same size, so it can be put into a larger card, still has the same effect, still looks quite nice, or it can be put in a smaller card. Okay, so thank you for watching. Once again, everything, the stamp set that I have used in this video, the VersaMark, everything is all available with Stampin' Up. I will leave a link down the bottom of this video in the comments section, in just below in the box where it says more. If you actually click on that, you will find all the information. You will find the link to my online store. You will find all the item numbers of the products that I have used in Stampin' Up. Now, if you don't have a Stampin' Up demonstrator in your area, please feel free to email me. I will put my email address at the bottom in that information box as well. If you wanted to have a catalogue sent out, this is to Australian residents only. I'm quite happy to send you out a catalogue free of charge. And if you wanted to jump onto my online store, if there's something that you've really loved today, or there's something that you want in the Stampin' Up catalogue, feel free to jump onto my online store and order. I would be happy to do business with you.
Thank you very much. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, and give me the thumbs up and give me a like on this video. It all helps. Thank you very much. Until next time, happy crafting. Thank you.